Hey everyone, so I know a lot of you have been asking me to walk through the current HX Stomp patch that I've been using to record a lot of these worship song playthroughs. I'm so sorry, it's taken me a while to get around to it. Things have just been really busy at the church, but I was finally able to set aside some time and get this video made for you so you can see exactly what I'm using and how I'm using it. And I really hope it's helpful for you, because honestly that's the whole point of all of this, is just to be a resource to you, to help you out in your guitar playing and worship leading. And so I hope it's a blessing for you. If it is, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with all the future videos that are going to be coming out. Okay, if you're ready, let's jump into HX Edit and check out this patch. Alright guys, so as far as signal flow, it's pretty simple. I'm just using the Matchstick channel 1, and then I'm running that into an IR that I got from Tone Junkie, which I'll show you that in a second. I'm running a mod here, which I changed this one up on different patches based on kind of what song we're doing. But for just an overall generic patch, I use this because it's kind of a vibe rotary and I like to use that for some lead. This is a delay that I have the mix set to one of the foot switches, and then this is a dotted eighth delay and an EQ. So let me just break down each one that I'm doing. And it's important to note that in this patch, I'm always using my Cali 76 on all the time. So here it is without, and here it is with. Now, if you do not have a Cali 76 or you're not running your own compressor, I would probably just take this mod one right here, since I'm not using that a ton, and I would turn that into a compressor like this, and then you would have pretty much the same sound. Cool, so that's just an option if you want it. Alright, so let's walk through how I'm using it. So I'm going to have my Cali 76 on all the time for the rest of this video, just because that's how I use the patch. So here's my bass tone. And the amp, these are all my settings right here. You can copy those down, but it's important to note these little automations here. Now I have all these assigned to foot switch 1, so I'm changing all these parameters with foot switch 1, and you can see right here what I'm doing. So all the bass, channel volume, channel drive, and the master are all being affected with foot switch 1. So when the pedal is bypassed, if you will, the min value is set to 4. So the bass is a little bit more. Then when I engage the pedal, adding more gain, I cut the bass to 2 just to take out a little bit of that flubbiness. I'm also adjusting the volume a half dB lower, so when I hit the boost or the amp gain, it cuts it by a half dB on the channel volume. And then as far as drive, when I have the pedal out, it's at 2.5, and in, it's at 6.5. And then finally, I am adjusting the master volume by 3 dB. I'm cutting it because when you add that extra gain, sometimes it gets quite a bit louder. So to try to level match it, I have a 3 dB cut there. So you can watch these values change as I engage and disengage the pedal. So here it is without. Cool, so that is what is happening with the amp part of it with foot switch 1. Now as far as the IR, I got this IR from Tone Junkie, and it's on their website here in their Match Modified Core IR pack, and this is the one that I'm using, this Match 25 with the Royer 121 and Shure SM7B. I think it sounds best, and then these are my edits to that IR. You can copy those down. Then on the mod, I have this on a vibe rotary. I have this to foot switch 5, which is on a little external dual foot switch that I got from Amazon for pretty cheap, but it works really well. And I have that routed to foot switch 5, so I will show you what that sounds like. And that's really cool just for some lead stuff, especially when you put some reverb and stuff on it. Just adds a little extra modulation effect for some leads. Give it a little extra sound. Then this is a vintage digital delay that I have routed to foot switch 2. Now the way I have this is I'm just controlling the mix value with foot switch 2, so it's always engaged, and then when I hit foot switch 2, the mix level just goes up, which you can see right here, and I'll show you how that sounds. Alright, and then for this one, this is a dotted eighth delay that I have routed to foot switch 4. And this one is pretty much just on and off. I use it just when I need that little syncopated dotted eighth sound. So here it is off. And then on. So just a simple dotted eighth. Pretty self-explanatory. And then finally is just an EQ, which I'm using the CaliQ graphic, and these are my settings for that, and that's just to kind of balance out the sound. It's not doing a ton, but it's doing enough, and I'll show you what that sounds like on and off. So here it is. And this really seems to help out when I add the drive, so I'll show you that. Alright, and that is it. That's my patch that I've been using for pretty much all of these song playthroughs. I'm really happy with it. It takes pedals super well. I'll probably do an update to my pedal board here pretty soon showing how I use the pedals with this specific patch, because that's a huge part of the sound that I've been getting as well. But this is a great starting point as a nice foundational tone, especially if you're using pedals in it. So I hope it helps you out. And yeah, that's the patch.